Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. Sony finally did it. The new Sony A9 Mark III has been released and oh boy, what a nice camera this is. Before I tell you guys my opinion about it, I want to let you guys know this is not a video comparison, and also I'm not gonna be diving deep into technical specification. But before we go any further, I want to let you guys know that my main camera is a Canon R5C, but I also use a Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 6K and a Sony A7 IV, which is right here. There's three main features that the new Sony A9 III draw my attention. The first one is the global shutter. Like guys, this is actually the first mirrorless cameras to ever have a global shutter. So I want you guys to wrap your mind about that. The other feature is that now you can do 120 frames per second in photo mode. We will definitely have to wait for reviews to come out talking about the limitation, because I'm sure we are not getting all the candies whenever we use this mode. The third one, this camera now have a maximum shutter speed of 1/80 thousandths of a second. Guys, I want you to think about the motion you can freeze with such a high shutter speed. If you think about most mirrorless cameras and DSLR, the maximum shutter speed is 1/8 thousandths of a second. Like, it blows my mind completely. The biggest improvement this camera has, in my opinion, is the global shutter, which can make a big difference not only for videographers but also for photographers, and sport photographers in particular. And one of the reasons is because now you don't have flash sync speed to worry about. It means that you can technically shoot at any shutter speed that you want, and all you have to be worried about is your flash to be powerful enough to light your subject. So another caveat of global shutter is that the camera don't need a mechanical shutter anymore, allowing the camera to be smaller in the future, but also one less moving part and thing to worry about breaking in your camera, which is super beneficial for you because it will definitely have an impact on the life duration of your camera, being this a justification for Sony to increase the price. But not everything is good about global shutter, and we will have to wait for more tests coming out. One downside of global shutter is digital noise, and knowing already that the base ISO is now 250 instead of 100, it means that you are losing about one stop of dynamic range. So there's definitely some changes compared to the previous A9 in terms of low light performance. But we will have to see upcoming reviews about this. There's some other great features about this camera, like pre-capture and focus breathing compensation in video mode. But I don't want to talk about those because there's cameras like the A7 IV that already had that feature in video mode, and also some other cameras like the R5 and R5C, which is what I'm using right now to record this video. One question that some people might have is if I'm going to switch my Sony A7 IV for the new Sony A9 III, and the answer is no. The truth is, I mainly do wildlife and underwater videos, and I think the Canon R5C and the Blackmagic Pocket 6K already does everything I need, and the Sony A7 IV is just a camera that I have for very specific situations. Alright guys, this is everything for today. Let me know your opinion about this new camera, and if you want to stick to your current setup, wait for the new generation from Canon and Nikon to be announced, or just switch to the A9 right away.